Greetings, Skywatchers, and welcome to the sky above us. I'm James Albury, and I'm your tour guide to the night sky. Comet NEOWISE is making its closest approach to Earth on July 23rd, and I'm going to show you where to look. Comet NEOWISE was discovered on March 27, 2020, and given the official designation of C 2020 F3 NEOWISE. It's not a very romantic name, but it can tell you a lot. NEOWISE stands for Near Earth Object Wide Field Infrared Survey Explorer. The C stands for Comet, and 2020 is the year. F3 means that it was the third comet discovered in the second half of March. The alphabet in the name tells you what time of year the comet was discovered. Therefore, A is the first half of January, B is the second half of January, C is the first half of February, and so on. A comet is comprised of three parts. First, we have the nucleus, which is the main body of the comet. It's a large collection of ice and rocks, and for Comet NEOWISE, it's approximately 5 kilometers in diameter. Next, we have the coma. This is the atmosphere of the comet. It's basically a cloud of gas and dust that's melted from the surface of the nucleus and hovers around the nucleus. Lastly is the tail, and that is the gas and dust from the coma being pushed back by the pressure of the solar wind. Thanks to the solar wind, no matter what direction the comet is traveling through space, the tail always points away from the sun. On July 3, 2020, Comet NEOWISE passed its closest approach to the sun and emerged as a spectacular naked-eye comet. People all over the northern hemisphere captured pictures of the comet. So where can we find the comet in the sky? Let me show you. Okay, we have our sky set up for July 18th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time facing north-northwest. Looking high in the sky, we can see the 7 stars marking the Big Dipper. The Big Dipper is part of a larger constellation named Ursa Major, the Great Bear. On July 18th, Comet NEOWISE will be right next to Talitha and Alcafra, the stars that mark the front paws of the Great Bear. You'll need a relatively clear horizon and possibly a pair of binoculars to see Comet NEOWISE, because as it gets further from the sun, it will become dimmer and harder to see. Let's advance time day by day and watch the comet's progression. Here's where it will be on July 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. The comet is getting higher and higher in the sky each day, and on July 23rd, Comet NEOWISE will be at its closest approach to Earth. Even though the comet is closer to us than it's ever been, it will look a little dimmer each day as it gets further and further from the sun. The comet is only visible to us because sunlight is reflecting off the newly liberated dust and gas from the nucleus. By the end of July, the comet will fade to the edge of naked-eye visibility and only be visible using a telescope. In conclusion, Comet NEOWISE is what we call a long-period comet. It has a nearly parabolic orbit that is so large that the comet won't come back for another 6,800 years. Talk about waiting a while for your birthday to roll around. So, my friends, do what you can to get outside this week to see Comet NEOWISE before it's gone. And if you'd like to support our program, click on the Patreon link in the description, and you could qualify for autographed The Sky Above Us memorabilia, and you could see your name in the credits of our next episode. Keep looking up.